we have the perfect fall dessert for you. With me is Borgata's executive pastry chef, Thaddeus Dubois. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
Now, it already smells delicious and you haven't cooked anything.
Oh, I know, well, that's the secret of a bakery.
Talk to me about what we're making today.
Well, we're gonna make orange scented beignets, and beignets is a fried dough that can be scented with different things. In this case, it's orange. You can do vanilla or lemon or just plain. And it's a straight dough method, and that means we're just going to take all the ingredients, so they go into a mixing bowl, and then we're going to mix it for about 8 minutes, and then we get a dough.
Okay, so what do we start with?
We start always with the water and the yeast.
So just water in the bowl?
Yep. You got to do a little work here.
All right. And the yeast?
Yeast, and then we're just going to whisk it up.
Okay.
I'll give it to you there a little bit and show the camera.
And then tell me some of the, ooh, that's a little challenging.
Yeah, it's a little hard there, but you can get it through the water.
And then what are the next ingredients that go in?
The next ingredients, well, we have butter, sugar, nutmeg, salt, milk, eggs, vanilla, and in this case, some orange zest that was been taken off an orange, and then a little bit of orange flower water. And everything can go in, whatever you want to grab, we'll start putting it in.
So basically, if you measure everything ahead of time, you can just dump it in the bowl,
yes,
and that's it?
And that's what I've done here. All those ingredients were small amounts, and then we have lots of flour. So you can take the whisk out.
All right.
The flour is the big boy here. And we'll put that all in.
Go for it.
One big swoop.
And then how long do we mix this? You're using a dough hook?
Yeah, it's a dough hook. You know, this has a paddle and a whisk attachment.
Okay.
We're going to use a dough hook because it needs a little strength. It's going to go for about 8 minutes. Now we're going to have to dust the table with a little flour. And on top of the dough as well. This is absolutely perfect. It's nice and soft, which means it's going to produce a nice and tender fried pastry. And usually I'd roll it about a 1/2 inch like that. Okay, you can kind of see all the little bits of orange in there. And then you can cut it into whatever you want. You can cut diamonds if you want to get real crazy, squares. You could get a round cutter and cut them. I'm just going to cut some squares here.
Now, I notice you're not using a deep fryer. You don't have to have one?
You don't need a deep fryer. You know, some people will think they need deep fryers. If you're very careful and you're always in the kitchen watching your oil, you can use a pot like I've got here. People tend to fry things too hot and they'll brown things before they get done in the center. It needs to be about 330 degrees Fahrenheit. And we'll just drop them in there.
What kind of oil are you using?
This is canola oil. You can use any type of vegetable oil. I try to stay away from like shortenings and things like that. I just think it's healthier to use just a liquid oil. These will take, since they're small, they'll take maybe 35, 40, maybe a minute. You don't want to overload the fryer. And so, you know, I've got maybe like about 10 in there. See how gentle that is? It's not like boiling over or anything like that. Beignets, since they're loaded with sugar and they've got eggs and stuff and butter, you can't fry too high. You often hear chefs say fry at 360 or 370 for French fries. But since this is a dough that has sugar and things that brown quicker, you have to fry at a lower temperature. So I've got a few there. You can see the oil's kind of gone onto the paper towel there, and then right into the sugar, and then just toss them around in the sugar. You want to try it? It might be a little bit hot.
I'll take the heat. That's delicious.
Of course, you can only eat one, right?
I'll take the rest.
Okay, I'm going to try one myself.
Thank you, Chef.
You're welcome.
They're wonderful.